it in. Okay, so we just kind of wait. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share it with some people.
Follow of the Bible.
That's a group.
There's already somebody in.
Yeah. People come quick usually, but there's James. Shalom, James. Shalom, Chelly. We're going to do a little reading on Daniel chapter 6 together. My son wanted to do Daniel in the lion's den, so we're going to do Shalom, Shalom. So we're going to do a little study together this afternoon. He's going to read, and I'm going to kind of like give my little 2 cents and pause him every little once in a while. So I hope everybody enjoys it. We're just going to kind of hang out a little bit and let people get in here before we get started. You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah, let's move this sweatshirt for you. All right. All right, so go ahead and you can start reading there at the beginning of Daniel chapter 6, buddy.
Yeah, please.
At number 4, stop after number 4.
It pleased Darius to set and 20 to set over the kingdom, and 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom, and over these 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was first, that the princes might give accounts unto them, and the king should have no damage. Then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king thought to set him over the whole realm.
One more.
Then the presidents and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could not find none occasion nor fault, for as much he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault found in days. Wait.
Found in him.
Oh, found in him.
Yeah. So their occasion means like to rise up or ascend, and then you can see a big sign of jealousy or covetousness happening right there in 6:4. But I just want to point that out. You can go ahead and keep reading. Start up at the top now. If it's easier, you can grab the book and hold it too. You don't have to. Okay.
Then said these men, we shall not find any occasion against this Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his Elah. Then these presidents and princes assembled together to the king, and said thus unto him, King Darius, live forever. All the presidents of the kingdom, the governors, and the princes, the counselors, and the captains have consulated together to establish a royal statute, and to make a firm decree that whoever so shall ask for petition of any Elah or man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions.
Okay, so lions, we're going to go over some parabolic stuff with this too. All the stories in Daniel are all prophetic as well. So if you take and you look at chapter 6, this can be prophetic as well about the end times also. So in 6:7, it talks about the lions, and we have to remember that the lions again are represented as Assyria, which would be the countries of Iraq, Iran, Kuwait, Syria, and Turkey. So just a little info for everybody there. 30 days is kind of significant too. There's a couple verses that speak about significant things, mainly mourning over the bodies of Aaron and Moses. They did that for 30 days as well. You can find that in Numbers 20, 29, and then also in Esther 4:11. So I just kind of wanted to say that about that. So when we continue to read, try to think of it as a parabolic thing. There's things leading up to. We can see what's happened now is we have men conspiring against the house of Israel, and now they're creating decrees or basically creating a law that's going to entrap himself. So go ahead and keep reading. I think you're at 6-8. Okay, good job, bud.
Now, O king, establish the decree and sign the writing, that it not be changed, according to the law of the Medes and Persans, which erreth not. Wherefore King Darius signed the writing and the decree. Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and the windows being open, and his chamber toward Jerusalem, he kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day, and prayed and gave thanks before his Elah, as he did aforetime. Then these men assembled and found Daniel praying and making supplication.
You said it right the first time.
Supplication.
Yep.
Before his Elah.
Stop there. All right, now let's read that again. Then these men assembled and found Daniel praying and making supplication before his Elah. I'm not going to go into detail about this, but you've got think about the locust army and what's going to happen at the end times. Is that not similar to what's going to happen, what they're going to be doing? Finding people praying?
Oh yeah. So that's what supplication is? They're going to find them?
No, so making supplication. Daniel's praying and making supplication, so he's like making offerings and stuff like that. Supplication. Let's look that word up if you want to. You can keep reading and I'll look that word up, all right?
Okay.
All right. 2604. All right, go ahead.
Then they came near and spake before the king concerning the king's decree. Hast thou not signed a decree that every man that shall ask for a petition of any Elah or man within 30 days, save of thee, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions? The king answered and said, the thing is true, according to the law to the law of the Medes and Persians, which allereth not. Then answered they and said before the king, that Daniel, which is of the children of the captivity of Judah, regardeth not thee, O king, nor the decree that thou hast signed, but maketh his petition 3 times a day. Then the king, when he heard these words, was sore displeased on Daniel to deliver him, and he labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him. Then these men assembled unto the king, and said, unto the law of the Medes and Persians is that no decree nor statute which the king established may be changed.
Stop there. All right, so the Medes and the Persians, that's also part of the Assyrians. Okay, they're I believe Iraq and Iran for the most part. So is that not what's happening now? You're fine, buddy. You can leave it there. Is that not what's happening now? That these people, when they come into these countries and that they've infiltrated, that they're trying to implement Sharia law in these places? Absolutely. They try to change these laws, and change them into ways that the person in place does not have any authority to change these laws anymore, because they are given by their Allah. So I just wanted to touch that. And are they not in every big city? We're going to see that, in the next verse that he's going to read here. Go ahead.
Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king, thy Elah, whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. And a stone was brought and laid upon the mouth of the den. And the king sealed it off with his own signet, and with the signet of his princes, that the purpose might not be changed concerning Daniel. Then the king went to his palace and passed the night fasting. Neither were instruments of music. Is that music?
Yep. It's spelt a little different, isn't it?
Of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. Then the king arose very early in the morning, and went in haste unto the den of lions. And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable.
Yeah, good job.
With a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living Elah, is thy Elah whom thou servest continually able to deliver thee from the lions?
All right, so let's think about that for a minute. Assyria, the king of Assyria, Satan, Babylon, everywhere. So, won't the Messiah be happy to see us following his ways when he returns and frees us from the lion's den? Won't he be happy to see his faithful servants following in his ways when he comes to pull us out of the furnace? So just something to think about there. Just kind of relating all this together as we go. The next verse. Let's see, where are you at actually? What verse are you on?
18.
No, you're
19.
up here, bud, aren't you?
No, I'm right here. I just finished this.
No, you just finished this right here. Deliver thee from the lions.
Huh?
Yeah, you just finished that. You're on verse 21. So, yeah, so go ahead and read all the way to 24 now, okay?
Dad, I read this.
I know.
Then the king went.
You already read that already.
You stopped me right here.
No, I stopped you right here after you read that. So start at 21, okay? I'm keeping track, buddy. Do you remember you read that word?
Elemental.
Yeah. Okay. Keep going. I'm going to go get some coffee. Stop at 24, okay?
Then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My Elah hath sent his angel, and hath shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me for as much as before him in conceit. innocency or whatever. Something like that.
Which one?
Innocency.
In innocency.
Oh, innocency.
Yep.
Was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. Then was the king exceeding glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his Elah.
Because that'd be the rapture of the 144,000 right there. All right, keep going.
And the king commanded and brought those men which had accused Daniel, and they cast them into the den of lions, them, their children, and their wives, and the children of and the lions had the mastery of them, and break all their bones in pieces, or ever they came at the bottom of the den.
Hold on there. All right, so mastery, that word mastery means to govern or to rule or have dominion of. Break their bone to pieces. I have a couple witnesses to that as being like end time prophecy as well. If you're looking at Isaiah 13 verses 16 through 18, it talks about it there, and then also 1 Samuel 2:10. Hold on, don't lose your spot.
I'm not.
So if you want to look it up, there's a couple verses there that have reference to breaking their bones to pieces, dashing to pieces. Someone took care of it. Thank you, moderator.
Thanks.
Yep. All right, and then in the next few verses, while it's finishing this out, if you listen to it slowly, you kind of can see how it's speaking of like the millennial reign and New Jerusalem. So go ahead and work righteousness and obtain promises, stop the mouths of the lions. That's absolutely right. That's the whole point of this study right now, is to prove that we, it's an end time. Oh yeah, hey wifey. Oh, So we can see the end time prophecy in almost everywhere we look in Scripture if we look close enough and look deep enough. So go ahead and finish it out, buddy. You're doing a good job.
Of 25.
I think you're at 26.
No, I'm at 20. Wait.
Maybe you are 25, yep.
Wait, no, I'm 26.
Okay.
I make the decree that in every domination and fear before the Elah of Daniel, and he is the living Elah, and steadfast, which forever, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, and his domain shall be even unto the end.
Hallelujah.
Lamentable to
afflict.
Afflict.
There's more over. There's a little bit more right
purity. Mastery.
You don't need to read that, buddy.
Have power. Mastery says to have power.
Yep. There's just a little bit right there, 2 verses.
Okay. 27. He delivereth and rescueth, and he worketh signs and wonders in heaven and in earth, who hath delivered Daniel from the power of the lions. So this Daniel prospered in the reign of Darius and in the reign of Cyrus the Persian.
Good job, buddy. So that's it. That's the end of chapter 6 right there. Then it goes into Daniel's vision of the 4 beasts. He's got a lot of his books. I haven't dug into it much yet, but a lot of his books are parabolic and of end times and prophetic. So I never really kind of noticed that until recently here, but so that's kind of a new one that I saw there. I saw the end times in that one, but I'm gonna go get the other kid, and we're gonna do a little study on Samson next. So maybe I'll just stay right here and keep everybody here.
I mean, you have 15 people.
But he did not make known to them that he took the honey out of the carcass of the lion. Hey, that is amazing that you talked about that, because we're going right to Samson, where he feeds his parents the honey.
Of the lion?
Yeah.
Wait.
Samson is Yahusha. Excellent. Yep, that's a great way. That makes sense, yep.
We are the Achad brothers.
The Akkad brothers. All right.
What is that? What's an
You can
Akkad
stay
brother?
there and keep talking to them. I'm gonna go get your brother.
Okay.
Are you gonna hang out with us when we're doing his or not?
Maybe. I don't know.
Right. Grayson, you're up.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So when I was doing this study on Samson, if you look at Judges chapter 13, you can see from where he gave the commandments to the sanctification process, tribulation, the fifth seal, tribulation, and then 144,000 being resurrected, all the way up through 24 to the end. There is where it kind of does that. But I'm not going to read all of that because we have a little one, and some of it is not the best for him to be reading, so I'm just going to pick out some verses for him to read. Samson is kind of, it's a good book, but it's not the most kid-friendly in some areas. So you can scoot out of the way, and then Grayson, you can come sit right here. All right. So where we're going to start is we're going to start in Judges 13, verse 1. Well, I'm just going to have him read verses 1 through 5 to begin. And
Objection enabled.
I'm going to make you go out if you can't behave. All right?
I'll go out.
Go out then. Thank you. All right, so if you can read up to here, Grayson, okay? Just read all that up to there.
To where?
Read from here to there, okay? Yep, start up here though. And read loud. Just go ahead, bud. Alright, start up here. And
The children of Israel did evil again in the sight of Yahweh.
Yep, good job. This is his first time reading out of this Bible, so just be patient with him.
And Yahweh delivered them into the hand of the Philistines 40 years. Do I just get that out of? Do I just,
Philistines?
do
did
I,
you?
Do I say that?
No, you don't have to say that, no.
And there was a certain man of Zorah, of the family of Dan.
Danites, yeah.
What is that?
That's a tribe of Dan, I believe.
Whose name was what is that?
There's some big words in there, isn't there? Manoah,
Manoah, and his wife has
Baron.
Baron and Bear, not and the angel of Yahweh appeared unto the woman and said unto her, Behold, now thou art barren and bearest not, but thou shalt
Conceive.
conceive and bear a son.
So this is talking about his mom, and then Samson's going to be in her belly, okay? 2 more verses. Good job, buddy.
Wait, where am
You're right here, right there.
I?
Now.
Now therefore beware, I pray thee, and drink not wine nor strong drink, and eat not any unclean, for thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor.
No razor.
No razor.
Like you shave.
shall come on his head, for the child shall be a
Nazarite.
unto Elohim from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. Then the woman
You can
came.
stop there. Yep, you can stop there. I'll have you read more. But so, all right, there's about the birth of Samson, and yeah, like I don't know how to Nazariim said, it's you can relate that with the Messiah, okay, in the parabolic meanings and prophetic sense. So, and then let's see, I'm going to break this down a little bit. So, in 13:7. You can see where he gives the commands, just like he gave the commands to the people at Mount Horeb, through Mount Sinai and all that, like as Moses did. And then in verses 8 through 14 of chapter 13, you can see the sanctification process that the world is going through right now and whatnot. And then in 15 and 16, you can see the tribulation starting. And then verse 17 and 18, you can see like the fifth seal in that one, where the voices are crying out from under the altar. And then if 19 through 23, you can see more of the tribulation. And then in verses 24 and 25, you can see the 144,000. So just something I noticed as I was reading through this. Now we're going to get into chapter 14, and we're going to have him. I'm going to have him read a couple verses 1 through 3. Here you go, bud. And then you'll kind of see like his disobedience of his seed in this one. Okay, you can go ahead and read from here. Start there and go all the way down to here. Okay, bud. This is the shy guy, so I'm surprised he's even here, but he's doing an awesome job. All right, keep reading, bud, right here to here. Yep. Yep, all the way down to here, okay? You can stop when you get to 4. Read loud. Go, bud. We're waiting on you.
And Samson went down to the Timnath.
He says you're doing awesome. Thanks for reading to us, buddy. What'd you say? To Timnath.
Timnath, and saw a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines, and he came up and told his father and his mother and said, I have seen a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. Now, therefore, get her for me to wife. Then his father and his mother
Slow down a little bit. It's okay. There you go. Just like stop at the periods and stuff, okay?
Unto him is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren, or among all my people, that thou goest
Goest. Yep.
goest to take a wife of the
Uncircumcised.
I don't know.
Uncircumcised Philistines. That's a big one, isn't it?
I don't know how this.
I know. That's a new word, isn't it? And Samson.
And Samson said unto his father, get her for me for the pleaseth.
For she pleaseth me.
Pleaseth me.
Well, you can stop there. All right, so now you can see there that he's being disobedient to the commands of our Father. No, you're not done, buddy. Come here. You're gonna read again. He's been commanded to only take certain people as a wife, and even though his parents reminded him of that, he still was willfully being disobedient. So, next, let's see, 14:4. But his father and his mother knew not that it was of Yahweh that he sought an occasion against the Philistines, for at the time the Philistine had dominion over Israel. And that's because of Yahweh's hand, because he made that happen. All right, so now if you would read 5 through 8.
5.
Yep, just up to here, okay? From here up to here, okay?
Then went Samson down and his father and his mother to Timnath, and
Timnath,
came
yep.
to the vineyards of Timnath, and behold, a young lion roared against him, and the Spirit of Yahweh came mightily upon him, and he rent him.
And he rent. That word rent means to split or to tear, okay? Just so you know. So he's like,
What was I at?
right here.
A kid, and he had nothing in his hand, but he told not his father or his mother that what he had done. And he went down and talked with the woman, and she pleased Samson well. And after a time he returned to take her, and he turned aside to see the carcass of the lion, and behold, there was a swarm of bees and the honey in the carcass
Yep, good job.
of the lion.
There,
And
just
he
stop there.
took.
All right, so there, now we're getting into some very parabolic stuff, and I'm not going to get into all the details on that stuff, but he ends up feeding the honey to his parents, and the honey is bad doctrine that he got out of the carcass of the lion, which is, you know, the Syria. So not good things happening there, but deep parabolic stuff happens in the next few verses. We're not going to really get into all that, just because this is a child's teaching here. So, but we're going to kind of jump ahead to chapter 15 and do verse 12 and 16, 12 through 16 there. You know, lots happened here. He fell in love with Delilah, or I mean, he doesn't do that till later, but this is where he kind of gets into where he starts fighting with the Philistines. So if you want to read, start right here, and then read through to there. Yep, up to here. Okay.
Up to where?
Up to there. Yep. Just kind of making it fun for the kid to read some of the neat stuff that he did. But all right.
Then what? I didn't do anything.
I didn't say anything. I'm talking about the Samson.
Oh.
Here you go.
And they said unto him, We are come down to bind thee, that we may deliver thee into the hand of Philistines. And Samson said unto them, Swear unto me that ye will not fall upon yourselves. And they spake unto him, saying, No, but we will bind thee fast and deliver thee into their hand, but bound him with 2 new cords, and brought him up from the rock. And when he came unto he shouted against him, the Spirit of Yahweh came mightily upon him, and the cords that were upon his arms became as flax.
That's a good job, buddy. Yep, right there.
that was burnt with fire, and his bands loosed from off his hands. And he found a new jawbone of a donkey, and put forth his hand and took it, and slew 1,000 men therewith. And Samson said, with the jawbone of a donkey, heaps upon heaps, with the jaw of a donkey, I have slain 1,000 men.
Holy, that's amazing, isn't it? He did that all with the jawbone of a donkey. That's pretty amazing.
You've already told me that.
I know, but now we read it. Now you know it's true. Now you read it for yourself. All right, so next, it gets into some very parabolic stuff after that as well. So we're not gonna get into all that, but we're gonna get into let's see, read 16. We're gonna do chapter 16. Where did I want to start here again? I forgot to write that down. Thank you for. Yeah, the Ruach is strong with this one, he says.
What?
You, he's talking about you.
What is that? What is a Ruach?
The Ruach is the Spirit, the Holy Spirit. All right, so I think I was going to read, throughout here, he falls in love with Delilah, and then she's trying to constantly find out what is his weakness, and then she kind of, she gets him drunk, and then makes him sleep, and then she finds out when he's drunk or whatever, she finds out what his weakness is. It's his hair. So she cuts, if you remember at the beginning, it talks about that no razor must touch his head. So his strength comes from his hair, among not touching any grapes or dead bodies. That's what the Nazirite oath is, and he carried that oath for his entire life. So, let our weakness be our weakness. Hallelujah. That's right. So we're going to read.
What does that mean? Weakness?
We embrace our weaknesses and use them to strengthen us. Or meekness. Let our weakness be our meekness. Let our meekness be our weakness. Meekness means being humble. So like not being boastful or proud. All right, so I think we'll start at, let's see. Do you want me to read some of it?
Daddy, he told me what it means.
Yeah. Do you want me to read some of it, or you want to keep reading? Okay. So I'm going to read as to where he falls asleep. Chapter 16, Judges 16, verse 19. And she made him sleep upon her knees, and she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. And she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him. And she said, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he woke out of his sleep, and said, I will go out as at other times before, and shake myself. And he wist not that Yahweh has departed from him. He didn't know that she had cut his hair off yet. He was kind of woke up, just still trying to... Did you see that?
What?
He's still trying to figure out what's happening, but he doesn't realize that his power was gone. But the Philistines took him and put out his eyes and brought him down to Gaza and bound him with fetters of brass. And he did grind in the prison house. So now they caught him, basically, took out his eyes, so he's blind now. And they bound him up and put him in the workhouse, so he's grinding mill or whatever, grinding grain at the mill. Howbeit the hair of his head began to grow again after he was shaven. So as he's doing this, his hair is growing back. Yeah, the 7 ruachs, I'm going to write that down because I wanted to look into that more. There's a lot of parabolic stuff in here that I found that I wanted to spend some more time in, but I think I got what I needed to for the child's study, so thank you for that, sir. And I'm going to look into that more later. I found a lot of good stuff in here. Let's see, where was I? All right, then the masters of the Philistines gathered them together for to offer a great sacrifice unto Dagon, their mighty one, and to rejoice, for they said, Our mighty one hath delivered Samson, our enemy, into our hand. They think that they've won, huh? They think they're going to be, their God has delivered their evil person to them. But we're going to find out if that's truth, huh? And when the people saw him, they praised their mighty one. For they said, Our mighty one hath delivered into our hands our enemy, and the destroyer of our country, which slew many of us. And these are the Philistines, remember. These are the bad people. They're not following the way of our Father, and they're not praying to our Father in heaven. They're praying to this guy named Dagon. And it came to pass, when their hearts were merry, and they said, Call for Samson, that he may make us sport. And that means to like laugh. They wanted him for their amusement. And they called for Samson out of the prison house, and he made them laugh, and they set him between the pillars. And Samson said unto the lad that held him by the hand, Suffer me, that I may feel the pillars upon this whereupon the house standeth, that I may lean upon them. Now the house was full of men and women, and all the masters of the Philistines were there. And there were upon the roof about 3,000 men and women that beheld while Samson made sport. And Samson made him laugh. And Samson called unto Yahweh and said, O my sovereign Yahweh, remember me, I pray thee, and strengthen me. I pray thee only this once, O Elohim, that I may be at once avenged of the Philistines for my 2 eyes. Now you read. Finish it up, buddy. All right, you got from here to 17, okay?
Why do you think that's
I don't know. Hey, shalom, brother. All right, go ahead and read from 29 to up here, okay?
You said, so David in here?
Nope, that's Michael. He just came in. Crossfix. Yep. All right, go ahead and read, bud. Finish it up. 29 to the end.
So
Yep. 29 right there. Finish that up to here, okay?
that.
Yeah, stop right there when you get to 17.
And Samson took hold of the 2 middle pillars upon which the house stood, and on which it was borne
Speak up.
up of the one with his right hand, and of the other with his left. And Samson said, Let me die with the Philistines. And he bowed himself with all his might, and the house fell upon the masters and upon all the people that were
Therein, yeah.
therein. So the dead which he slew at his death were more than they which he slew in his life.
So that means he killed more people in that one time than he ever killed in his life. In that one, when he dropped the building on all the people.
Wait, why?
Because the house was full of all the Philistines' masters and stuff. So there was so many. You remember he killed 1,000 people with the jawbone at one time?
Then, wait.
That means that there was thousands of people in there that he killed.
Was his eyes all out?
His eyes are gone right now, yep. He can't see. All right, so now you're right here at 31.
Then his
Brethren.
and all the house of his brother came down and took him and brought him up.
And finish this.
And he buried him between Zorah and
Ashtel.
and the
Burying place.
burying place of Manoah,
Yeah, good job.
his father, and he judged Israel 20 years.
All right, good job, buddy. So that's all we had for the lesson on Samson today. And we did Daniel and the lion's den earlier. Yep, that's because you were talking about his eyes. Because and you remember how he read? He asked that he could feel them. So, or he felt them. So and then he asked for the power to do it. You remember that? So thank you all for listening and being here. Yeah, we're trying to teach the young. So the babes always remember the part about the eyes. Yep, that's a big deal, especially when they see some visual things about it. But yeah, I'm moving. Great. I'm glad to hear that you're moving, brother. If you get time tonight, we'll go live around 7:30. If not, that's fine. We'll do something. But I'm happy to hear that you're getting things moved, brother. That's great news. Great news. So, yes, I'm trying to help them see things with a parabolic set of eyes as well. I try to throw a little bit in there, but they're young. They're young, so we'll work slowly with them. But hey, every little bit we can get helps, right? Got to teach them right. You see that? Thanks for reading to us. I should tell them thanks for listening. All right. Well, we're gonna get going here, and appreciate you all being here. Thanks again.
I want to see the.
I love y'all. All right, we'll talk to you later.
No.
That's right. See, you did very well. Thank you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all the encouragement
Baby.
and support. And we love you guys.